Good evening. I'm Whiskey Mike.
And I'm Keeper.
Tonight, we are locking our radar strictly on the continental United States. From a destructive start to the spring severe weather season, to an economic standoff on the West Coast, and a massive leap forward for American spaceflight in Texas. Deciphering the headlines to extract the intel you need, cutting through the noise to bring you the news, this is MPN.
We turn now to Washington, where a sudden leadership vacancy has hit the highest level of the Department of Justice. President Trump has officially dismissed Attorney General Pam Bondi after she served just 14 months in this position, thus marking the shortest tenure for a confirmed U.S. Attorney General in 6 decades. The abrupt nature of her departure has fueled intense public speculation. Rumors have widely circulated that her firing was directly tied to her handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files. However, Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche pushed back against those claims in a recent interview, stating he has never heard the president link her termination to the Epstein case. Despite that official denial from Blanche, Bondi's unexpected removal has only amplified ongoing debates and intense scrutiny in Washington regarding the potential ideological capture of the Justice Department. In Washington, the economic holding pattern continues. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell announced this afternoon that the central bank will keep its benchmark interest rate unchanged. This pushes back hopes for a spring rate cut. The decision comes after unexpectedly hot inflation data in the housing and energy sectors for the first quarter of 2026. Chairman Powell stated the committee needs greater confidence that inflation is moving sustainably toward their 2% target. The immediate reaction on Wall Street was a sharp sell-off, with the Dow dropping over 400 points before the closing bell.
Down in Boca Chica, Texas, SpaceX successfully completed a critical orbital transfer test using its Starship platform, a key requirement for NASA's Artemis lunar program. The uncrewed test demonstrated the ability to transfer cryogenic propellant between two massive ships in low Earth orbit. This orbital refueling is the technological linchpin required to get a fully loaded lander from Earth's orbit all the way to the lunar surface. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson called the test a triumph of American engineering that keeps the 2026 lunar landing schedule on track.
Shifting to the West Coast, the nation's supply chain is bracing for a potential bottleneck. The International Longshore and Warehouse Union has initiated a series of strategic work slowdowns at the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach. The core of the dispute centers on the implementation of fully autonomous cargo cranes and robotic sorting platforms. Union leaders argue the accelerated tech rollout violates current labor agreements and threatens thousands of jobs. With dozens of cargo ships already anchoring offshore waiting to unload, retail groups are warning that prolonged delays could disrupt summer inventories nationwide.
A sweeping federal initiative to bring high-speed internet to rural America has hit a major legal roadblock. A coalition of environmental groups has secured a federal injunction halting new fiber optic cable trenching across millions of acres of protected federal lands in the Mountain West. The lawsuit claims the rapid rollout of the BEAD program, the Broadband Equity Access and Deployment Initiative, bypassed mandatory ecological impact studies. For ISPs and the hundreds of thousands of rural residents waiting for gigabit connections, the injunction means all heavy construction is paused indefinitely while the case works its way through the appellate courts.
Finally, a historic milestone in genetic medicine. The FDA has officially approved a first-of-its-kind CRISPR. This is a gene editing therapy aimed at treating early-onset Alzheimer's disease. This treatment, developed by a Boston-based biotech consortium, has shown unprecedented success in clinical trials effectively halting the progression of cognitive decline in patients carrying specific genetic markers. While medical professionals are calling it a paradigm shift in neurological care, the therapy comes with a staggering price tag of nearly $2 million per patient, sparking an immediate debate over insurance coverage and accessibility. From the shifting weather patterns across the Midwest to the breakthroughs in genetic medicine, the landscape of the country is changing by the hour. We'll be here to decipher the headlines and bring you the facts. For NPN National News, I'm Keeper.
And I'm Whiskey Mike.
Stay safe, stay vigilant, and we'll see you on the next segment.